Hi everyone, it's Calvin from the future, and before this video starts, I wanted to say that this incredible game has so many amazing moments that we played so far, so many crazy twists and turns, and I imagine they're only going to get crazier as time goes on as well. It also, I think, sometimes has some dark themes as well, which again, doesn't make it any less incredible. It's such an incredible game. But I wanted to say that in this episode, we do a route where there's a lot of reference to the idea of someone taking their own life. While it's an incredible route, I also want to say that if you're someone that gets hurt by that or gets upset by that, that's perfectly fine. Protect yourself always, and you can always come back for the next route or the next episode. There's no problem with that whatsoever. Always protect yourself. Hope you enjoyed the video. This game is incredible. So, I booted up the game, and this is where we got to as well. This is 9, right? Or is there an actual number 9 that they want me to press here? This is interesting. So this is different. I thought they just didn't save my game, and I was really worried for a second. Please adjust until you stop adjusting the slider. Let's put it in the middle, I guess. But this is another weird meta thing they're doing. Which of the two worlds below is the most appealing to you? Ocha Boinkle or Scrumtush? Ocha Boinkle, maybe. Like a little bit? What are they doing here? Please don't adjust the slider. Sure. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? What do you mean? I didn't check. I didn't do the time this time, I don't think. Did I? What time is it anyway? Yes? What are you talking about? Yes? Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes, of course. Help. What? Okay. What is happening? I thought I deleted my save. Will you come back to visit me? Oh, is this like another freaking... Oh, this is terrifying. Sure. What are they doing with this? What just happened there? So, I thought when I booted up the game and I saw they were like making me do the, like legitimately they were making me do the, stuff with like the brightness and stuff like that too. My first thought process was like, oh my god, did my save get deleted? Which again, wouldn't have been a huge problem, but then you kind of want to keep your save like over time, especially with like different things we've done in this game. But like... I kind of like I started getting a little bit more worried. I wasn't even recording at the time. I usually would start recording like at whatever point, but now I gotta start recording just like at the start because I was like, put the cat and the dog together, and then I was like, okay, start recording. I was like, what is happening here? Like something was happening here. By the way, hello guys. Hi, that's not my intro. Hello baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Yeah, like such a weird meta start. There's something there where there's an entity before we start the game that keeps talking to us. And I don't know if it is the same. I don't think it's the same as the narrator. I don't think that whatsoever. But it was a very weird start and a very uncomfortable start as well. So we're going to skip this again. The first thing I want to do today...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right. The first thing I want to do today is I want to go off the catwalk again. But this time we're going to go down the red door. I think that's a good way of doing it. I know there's like so many different things you can do in this game, by the way, which is so interesting. Look at all these different locations you can go to as well. Yeah, and I'm so grateful for you guys helping me out with it in a very non-spoiler fashion. Thank you for that. There's the new content there. There's two things I definitely want to try today.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we have to go left, and we're going to jump off the catwalk again. This is such an interesting game with so many like interesting details, and we're not even like scratched the surface of all the stuff you can do here yet, which I think is fantastic. It's been a very exciting time.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
oh, it's open again.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So it locked it last time. Is that the end of that thing, or is there more to it? Do I have to do it all over again? You guys let me know if I have to do it all over again, because I thought like maybe we'd have something to do with the broom closet here again, but maybe not. We'll see. Which way did we go? It was upstairs, wasn't it?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Am I doing this right? I think I am, right? For sure. Right? I think I'm doing this right?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of
So when you
any
reset the
human
game,
life.
I think I reload the game, it does like change the dialogue again a bit.
Stanley
then,
wondered
I guess.
in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. and so the boss had assigned it. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the
I actually
story
love
as
doing that,
quickly as
though.
possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
And again, he's so upset that we're not letting him talk.
Anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Yeah, no, it's a really interesting thing whenever we get to like annoy the narrator a bit as well. Look at the satchel over here as well. But yeah, we're gonna jump off the catwalk and go down the red door this time. There's also a thing as well where people are saying you could like, I think you could like close this door before we even go in.
Rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I thought it was darker than it usually is. There's a load of things we can do, and what's great is I don't know anything about what the endings are gonna bring, and that's exciting. That's super exciting. This is a very meta game with some very cool stuff. I probably don't have as much time today because I actually have one less day of recording this week, just being honest with you guys. So if the video is a little bit shorter, I do apologize. But I feel like this game, what's great about this game is that it lends itself to like doing 1 or 2 routes every once in a while, or doing 3 routes the next time. It's really cool in that way.
Realized
we'll see how it goes
a
though.
bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred?
And that question of like, why are we thinking about all this stuff now?
This
Yeah.
question would not go unanswered for long.
I think this is the right way, right? I could be.
Stanley walked straight
No,
ahead
this isn't
through
right
the
at
large
all.
door that read Mind Control
It's right.
Facility.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, it's fine. Can we reset the game? Begin the game again? Yeah, I'm my bad completely. I just didn't even realize. Again, it's one of those things I don't know this game like off by heart, right? So I think you have to go right.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, my bad. But look, I won't cut it because I feel like we had a little bit of a nice conversation about some stuff there too.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Actually, I think there's another thing we can do up here as well at some point too, and we will do that also.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
There's like a room over here as well. So we might take that as well. At some point, you see the kind of offices on the other side there, the kind of the conference room. Yeah, this is it. Sorry about that, guys. That's my bad completely.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Again, it's just like don't know this game like as well
Look,
as like
Stanley,
you know.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
As I will probably in a while,
I'm not
but
your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
then look, hear him
about.
go.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
He, of course, is so frustrated.
Convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
And again, when he says show me...
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your
Sure.
side. Give me a chance.
You know, when he says show you something beautiful, like it sounds like once again he is like saying like, I want you to, I want to show you the story. He truly believes the story he's telling is beautiful. No buckets past this point. Why no buckets? That's an interesting thing to say. No. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Now listen carefully. This is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Let's go.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
For now, anyway.
You see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time.
I don't believe that.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Oh my God, the idea of running in
I wanted to
circles.
stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think... Well,
It's
I think
literally
I
us
have a
running in
solution.
circles.
Here, let me show you.
What? What? That was so spooky with that as well. The idea of running in circles, by the way, is like, I think another, like, you could see there's two things. Again, our mundane life, running on that hamster wheel, running in circles constantly, and us trying to, like, get out of that. But you could also see it as well as the narrator kind of saying that, like, you trying to get out of here is futile. You trying to make different choices is futile. You're always going to end back up at the same place, And it's one of those situations where right now you trying to go against what I'm saying is just running around in circles. What is this? What? What?
What do we want?
What do you mean, what do you want?
What are we looking for?
What the hell is this?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
It is a beautiful place, but I think that, like, there's also a way we can go around here. So I wonder if there's like an ending for us staying here and ending us for not leaving as well. It's interesting because there's like a little bit of a genuineness for him being happy now. And I wonder if there is a genuineness of like the idea of like, at least he won't be able to go against my choices if he's here, and this is my choice to be here. Should I stay here and see what happens, and then we can like... Because it is truly like an actually, to me, a pretty place. Should we try and defy him for now and see what happens actually?
No, wait. Where are you going?
He sounds genuinely scared. But then again, he's a very good, he can be, because I think he makes it apparent when he's being sarcastic with us. I think he makes it really apparent with his voice. Where are we heading now? Back into the office?
Oh no, stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
This is an interesting route. Because it seems like you, I could be, you could say, well, Calvin just being fooled. But I think it's up to interpretation, right? And I do think that there is like a little bit of like a tinge of like actual fear in his voice. The idea that like he showed us this beautiful thing and he's like, look, it's proof. I can show you something beautiful. And then when we left, it's like, oh my God, he's once again going against my choice. What if he dies again? Then I'm going to have to start this all over again. So maybe he's not like, I don't know, maybe there's some part of him that's not huge on the idea of restarting this over and over again. The idea as well, we talked before, where the other narrator was talking about the only way to free both these characters from this endless loop is to just not play the game in a way, you know? So maybe there is an aspect to that too.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take
What
this
the
from
hell,
me.
man? Wait, no, this is not what we're doing here now. What?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Can we go through this door instead? No, it's clearly boarded up for a reason. Oh, this place is boarded up for a reason. So what if we go back now? Let's see what happens if we go back. Does he like get happier or something like that? That's a brutal way to end this though, right? Is the door blocked or is it locked? Wait. Wait, what the? Oh no, it's here, okay.
Good.
Oh my
good.
God.
We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
It's weird because I wonder if the narrator does feel the loop a little bit too. I wonder if he must like in some way, right? And I wonder if there's like this endless need to tell like a story to us because it like makes him feel like fulfilled in some way. Because I do think our character is like, it has a lack of fulfillment in their life, right? I think that's a big thing about our character, in my opinion. The idea that they like have this mundane life. They're on, you know, as you said, the spoke on the wheel, the hamster wheel, and all this stuff too. So I do think that in a way, us making our choices gives us kind of a meaning, or allows us to try and find meaning in our life. Whereas I feel like the narrator is trying to find meaning through like us and making us like make choices and to show us a story. So like his stories give him life, and us trying to make choices gives us like this life, you know? It makes us feel alive, while his feeling of feeling alive is I'm able to tell this amazing story and I'm led Stanley to the situation. So when we go against that, it makes us feel good and it makes him feel bad. But when we go with his story, he feels amazing. Right? So when we're staying here, there's no way we can go against his choices. He can be content. He can be happy. While we feel more alive when we're doing this.
No. What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
I think it's just like, it's literally about choice. Even like, I think it's to the point that like Stanley looks at this and it's more appealing than in some ways. And again, in depending on what route you choose, than just staying in one place, I guess. What if we go back again? Does he say something else? Because now it just feels like we're taunting him, right? At this stage. It feels like we're being very, very mean to him. Which, you know, like, F him, you know? We're not huge on the narrator here. Even though, like, I would say this, like, on a personal level, it's like, yes, we are sometimes at odds with Stanley, right? Even though they need each other, we're also at odds with them, with the narrator. But I actually like the narrator as a character, and I love the narrator as like a voice. I think the voice actor puts so much heart into it that like it's honestly like, you know, both equal parts like suffocating to hear him like talk down to us, and equal parts like amazing to hear this voice actor just put on the performance of a lifetime, honestly.
Are you are going to stay
You hear his
here,
voice.
aren't
It's
you?
like a I don't want to say it's almost like a child, like, you know, with his dad taking the time off from work for the day. You know, you're gonna stay at home. We're gonna play games. You know, could we jump off the side? That would be crazy. So let's try this one more time and see what he says. Oh, nothing this time. Nothing to be said at all this time. I guess we have to try and... I mean, I feel like we could jump off the other edge in that world there, but also, like, this seems like what they want us to do here, which is horrible when you think about it. Like, we're trying to put an end to this loop already by doing this, and this is the only way that we can truly feel like we have a choice in this loop. Once we went through the red door, right? Because we could have chose the blue door, right? We could have. But our choice now is to do something like this. Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
No! Oh.
Oh my God,
Thank
your
God.
knees.
You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Oh my God, we're so much slower. We're limping. What is this? There's like one random picture here. One random picture. Yeah, we're literally limping, by the way. Look at this. Like, I can feel slower. I feel so much slower right now.
There. See? This is what
Trying to convince
want.
us?
This is where we can both be happy.
Or is it just where
We
you're
really
happy?
Can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Like, there's a real campaign for him to, like, keep us here, right? This is one of, like, the darker endings to me as well, just, like, having to jump off this railing over and over again.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
He desperately doesn't want the loop to end this time. I think he wants, like, a conclusion where we just stay here in that one place where the loop doesn't happen again.
No. No, no. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
It's a very, very weird route, right? It sure is. Oh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
I feel like this is like a weird, like an interesting loop of like what we're doing here. Like.
Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm
like
talking about.
The fall itself, like, to me, is so aggressive and so, like, it makes my skin like crawl, and like I wince up a bit as well. Even if like we're not dying, the crunch of it and stuff gets too, like, and this is the limits. This is the length Stanley's willing to go to, like, avoid staying on the path that this narrator has set for us.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place.
Dear
You can
Lord.
see that, can't you?
Let's go again. Like, the slower walk we have as well. It's like you can feel that Stanley's
No,
like
perhaps not.
limping. You can feel him like struggling, but still he's trying to like make an opposite choice here. Look at this up here, man. But you know what's so crazy about this too with this route? This place is literally designed to jump off of. So there's also an element that if you wanted to say that the narrator actually, in his own weird way, is enjoying this too, is enjoying us going up and down.
My God. Is this really how much you
But this is the only
dislike my
argument you have, where it's
game?
like he sounds actually
You'll throw
sad.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep
Jesus
me from being
Christ,
happy.
this route.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
This is so dark, and like the narrator is like literally, because again, I think you can make both arguments. You can make the argument that this is all big one ploy from the narrator to kind of like, again, watch us squirm, to watch us like, you know, do something painful for ourselves over and over again. And it's watching us like, you know, watching him like, watching us like going back and forth is actually not like, it's actually pleasure to him. But I think at the same time too, I think you can also argue the other point, which is that like he actually like doesn't want us to do this at all, because he wants us actually to stay in that world, because then he can actually have his own like story fulfilled where he can say to himself, I showed Stanley something beautiful. I feel like you can make two interpretations there as well. Brutal. Jesus freaking Christ.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
For real?
But I guess that was too much
I don't
to
believe
ask.
you.
It looks like you wanted to make a choice after
Yes,
all.
I think that's probably the main crux of
Well,
this.
this one is yours. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing
Oh, I should have
me?
waited to see when he died. Sorry, guys. I never like know when to like truly wait there. Because now it does feel like we are teasing him. The whole thing of I want to be your friend is crazy, by the way. When we know he's in other
I
roots,
wanted us to be happy here, Stanley.
he's
I
wants
really
us to
did.
suffer, right?
I wish I still thought that was
This is
possible.
crazy. This is brutal. This is so dark to me as well. Because again, like, regardless of like whatever like teasing is going on here or whatever like, you know, situation Stanley's in right now, we are literally going back and forth between an endless, as the narrator says, it's endless happiness, this stillness that nothing can ever go wrong, back to an area where like just to get out of this, we keep running up the stairs. And you could say it's teasing. I think we're being very like rude in a way, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's once again this idea the narrator said you're trying to make a choice. Stanley is like trying to make a choice even if it freaking kills him. No dialogue here. And it's the fact that it's hurting us, but it's not killing us, right? That's why I think you could also make the argument the narrator wants this. You know what I mean? If you wanted to. And it's interesting to see both sides of that as well. It's just he's so convincing this time around. I like it feels less than sarcastic when he's like actually upset. Because I think he's probably more upset that we're trying to escape his game. And I wonder, there could be a thing too where the narrator gave us an option to escape the game in some way. Hoping that we wouldn't choose that so he could like feel that satisfaction of like, oh, he didn't choose that option, you know? But now the narrator is not even talking, so let's see what happens here. Oh!
Is it over? It's going to restart.
See
isn't
this?
it? I'm going
Going back. Again, that's the thing. I'm going back. So it's like I'm in that loop as well. And like we heard from the other narrator, we're back here again. We heard from the other narrator as well, like the idea that like the only way to truly save these guys is to have them both leave the game by pressing quit to menu and uninstalling the game basically, so you don't play the game anymore. But one of the things that's happening, I feel like in that route there, like I think my theory of what's happening in that route is that he wants us to stay in that world, in that beautiful place with all the sparkles, because it is proof to him that his direction means something. And that in this loop, he can end the loop by having us just stay in one place. We don't move. We don't do anything else. The loop stays the same. And forever, you can feel like I made Stanley see something beautiful. And in a way, my choices for him not only saved him, but like I get the satisfaction of saying like, oh, he's in this beautiful world now that I gave for him. And I feel like you can equate it to the first route we did, which was when we escaped and went out into the green fields. The reason I equate it to that is because he was so happy with that ending, but it's still looped, right? It's still looped after that. I feel like you could argue the narrator is trying to get us to a point where it is like something like in his eyes that's beautiful in his own story, but it keeps looping, right? No matter what we do, no matter what we try, it keeps looping. And the times that we aggressively go against him in terms of like, say, like pressing the self-destruct button, or we do something like go into the broom closet, he gets frustrated because this seems like it's directly like something like it's like, why would you do this to me? I'm literally trying to help you in this moment. We've got like, go. It's so frustrating. But you see, like in this route, I feel like it was more sad for him because we were showing him directly, I totally don't want to be in your game so badly that I'm going to jump off this railing. That's how bad I don't want to be in your game. And that hurt him. And I wonder, again, you could argue that if he's the one putting all these things in place and all these different situations in place, because you know he can put doors in place, he can narrate doors into place, is he also the one who put that platform there that basically said to us, hey, if you want to jump, you can, but I hope you don't. So it would make me feel better about myself.
What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided
I think
to go
you
to
could
the
argue
meeting
in
room.
many different ways
Perhaps
for that
he
route. It's a
simply
very,
missed
very
a
dark
memo.
route, for sure. Okay, so we're going to go back here again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Did I?
well.
Did I know
Perhaps
well?
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That was a long route as well because we have to do a
Wow.
lot of different intricate
Yes,
things
this
there.
room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his
This one here.
left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back
But there's a
on
button
track.
right here, right? That's the difference. Where are we going now? It's loading as well, so it's probably loading something completely new here.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
You don't know? He doesn't know? He's looking at a map?
From here, it's, left.
That's so fun. I love that he was actually legitimately like looking at a map here as well. What if we try to go right? Because that's one of those things where like it breaks like the meta immersion, right? The game is immersive itself, but I'm saying like in terms of the narrator's immersion where he's like, hey, now he goes,
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
no, wait, is he messing with us?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear. would you
No,
hold on for a
wait,
minute, please?
wait. I wonder if this is like another type of punishment he's
We went
doing.
Down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes.
The
I've
clap
got it
as
now.
well is
This
so
story
natural.
Is absolutely, definitely this way.
That's a car. The car is turned on, by the way. Is there someone in there? What's so interesting about that too, I feel like you could, again, once again, you could argue that he's messing with us there, but even like, you know, the rustling of the papers and the clap, it was such like a natural way of acting, you know, the whole like, oh, got it, yes, of course. But I also think there as well, like you could argue that he was messing with us, being like, oh, not this door, like, you know, trying to like, you know, again, a mini little punishment to showcase that he can do anything he wants, or it could be just that he's literally like lost, and that would be also funny too. Very, very fun stuff. Oh, we're back here. Wait. Oh, is this the room we saw from above? Remember we were down there?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here
No.
yet. This is all a spoiler.
serious?
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Wait, so if we saw this first, it would have actually been a spoiler for him.
We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish
We
now.
ruined it?
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the
Wait,
game from the
for
beginning.
real?
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
No
Okay,
way.
from the top.
No, that's a really interesting ending, because that to me seems like he was trying to get us back on track, and now I'm thinking that like he actually was trying to rustle through the papers and he actually was lost where we were going. And then when we got to this place, he's like, oh no, this is the spoilers for that part of the game. Okay, let's try and get back on track again. And he was like, F it, man. Like, you already ruined my story, you know? Very, very, like, it was a much shorter route, but it was a much shorter route, but I think it was actually like a very interesting, like my interpretation is that he was like trying to get us back on track, and since we didn't get back on track, he just gave up, right? He's just like, F this, like, you ruined it already. And the fact that we saw spoilers as well, like, he seems so upset, like, oh my god, no, this is for the other route, you know? You're not supposed to see this yet. It's kind of like a dungeon master playing D&D, and yeah, you're supposed to adapt as a dungeon master, so it's different, but like a dungeon master playing D&D, and you get to like a cave, and or like you see something you're not supposed to see yet, or you do something you're not supposed to do yet, and the dungeon master has to like be like, oh, okay, I have to adapt. But in this case, the reason why like he wouldn't be a good dungeon master is because instead of adapting, he tells us to F off, you know? Okay, so
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
so now we're gonna do the whole thing again, but this time we're going to do the left door.
When Stanley...
What?
Wait, what?
No, it's not over. I thought it was over. I thought like, oh my god, that's such a short route.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely
these
restarted
doors.
the game over, completely fresh.
Were these always
Everything
here?
should be... Oh, did something change?
There's more doors.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all
No.
the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote
That's
the story.
so creative.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
That's so fun. I legit thought like, okay, that was a great short little ending. you know, and it added a little bit to the story. And then, of course, they caught me off guard. Should we try go through here, I guess? What the hell, man? Through here? Wait, it's looping around in multiple different areas now. Because it's interesting he asked us to be ruin the story, and then like he was like, wait, no, I write it. How could you ruin it? Wait. Where is this now?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure
You wrote
I've
it.
ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Oh, no.
Do we need to restart
This
the
is
game
crazy.
again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than
Maybe.
this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I'm so impressed with that. I'm so impressed with that because they lulled me. They 100% did. There was not a hint to my mind. I thought it was just like, okay, just restart the game. That was a fun little ending. And it seems like one of those games that would have like a little jokey short ending. You know what I mean? Which they probably do as well. But like, it really felt like it was like, okay, we just got the game spoiled for us. So we just have to go and try again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Because I was
What
literally
did it
going to try and do
mean?
it for a different ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is there something different here? I should be on the lookout for things that are different, right? And again, I don't know the layout nearly as well as maybe you guys might. You know what should have been a spoiler? There was no new content door. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of it as...
Okay, yep, it's worse.
It's definitely worse.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
You think so?
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
You know what's so interesting as well? He's actually doing this kind of like the way you would do like an RPG as well. It's like, oh, okay, it's not here, so maybe I should retrace my steps and check around here as well. It's once again like his story, and it's once again like this type of thing where it feels like this like endless loop and stuff like this as well. But it also feels like the narrator is like trying to get back on track with this story, but at the same time too, he's also probably still like, you know, controlling this a little bit, you know? You want to ruin the story? Well, the story's F now. Look what happens when you ruin the story, you know? Coffee cup on the ground. That's why I thought things were raptured, by the way, because everything's still open. Like, this looks like someone's drinking coffee here as they were, like, opening this up. And then it dropped. Any door here? 420. This doesn't have a number on it, but I guess some of them probably don't have numbers on them.
Aha!
Wait, what?
I knew we'd
No,
missed
this is new.
something. The story. Here it comes.
And it's anticipation of the story too. Like, I swear the story's coming. I swear it's coming. It really feels like he's like, you know, he's like trying to, you know, when you're trying to grab someone's attention, you know, like they're showing you like a video on YouTube or something. You're like, it's coming, you know.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other
Oh
way
my
and retrace our
God.
steps.
Narrator, please. What the hell is this now? Oh. Wait, what the hell? It's like an attic?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this
This
place
is
at all.
completely different.
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building.
Stop. He's like,
is
hey,
that
like
correct?
he's even saying to us like, you know, like, oh, like this isn't even the genre. This isn't even the place to have my story in, right? You know, and like he's communicating with us like we have a say in this or anything, you know? Like, look.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
With the cheering in the background?
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid
Oh
off,
my
so
God.
good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about
know he doesn't
this at
feel
all.
right.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those
Sure, I
situations.
guess.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Again, we're restarting again. There's a line. adventure line just showing us exactly where to go as well. This is so freaking funny. Like, it's like literally like you cannot miss this line as well, because this whole thing has been us trying to get back on track with the story and him trying to show us the story, right? And I do equate it to that friend that's like, no, I swear it was here. I swear, like, oh yeah, just wait a few more minutes. You know, when they're showing you a video, like it's gonna get funny. You know, it's gonna get funny, and it feels like the narrator's like, no, wait, there is a story around here. Wait, was it around here? But then he's kind of confused himself. He's like, Stanley, do you know what the story was? Do you remember what it was? As if we're going to have some say in this whatsoever, when we know he has the ability to take us to many different worlds. He took us to Rocket League, for example. So you could, to me, like, I think he's like 100%, again, like, there's like a feeling of like, you know, oh, you don't want to follow my story. You don't want to follow this whole thing. Oh, you want to like, you really get off track. Even when you try to go back on track, you go off track. It's like, this is what an adventure looks like when there's no story. This is what it looks like. You have nothing. You have no victories. You don't even get a real victory. I'll give you a victory. Oh, but that's not a real victory. It's a hollow victory. You didn't do anything to earn this. You didn't earn anything. Going off track isn't going to get you anywhere. And now here it's like,
I've got a solution.
Literally like holding her hand.
Get lost. I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure
This is so funny.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
It is really funny because once again, it's like it's literally like a quest marker. And again, it's not about quest markers, but it really feels like it's like, okay, fine, quest marker, here you go. Wait, that's not where we went before though, narrator. Where are we going now? Oh, we're finally going through these doors. It really feels like a showcase of like, this is what happens when there's no story, so please follow the story.
You see,
and now it's kind of like,
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
You see, it's almost like,
Stanley, to destiny.
You know, it's like talking down to us in a way.
Thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
True.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
I think so.
Simply by the act of moving forward,
Oh,
are
we're
we
getting meta.
implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now,
Sure.
we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
I'll go with you.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music.
Stop, narrator. With this like old days like adventure music, it is like so like it's like, you know, we're following this adventure line, not honorably like oh my god, the line's going here as well. This is genuinely hilarious. Our hand being held on this adventure with this like really epic like olden style adventure music in the background as he talks about like what it means to truly like go on a journey and find a story. Oh my god. Oh, stop. This is so freaking hilarious. Because it does feel like it's like, you know, we're like a baby now, walking through this line, you know? Stop, look at this as well. This music. This music is insane. Is there any way to like, I wonder if we have to look for ways to like get out of this as well, by the way, just in case. The zigzag. What's that? Swinging lights are terrifying, but I just wasn't expecting this big track. Where's this? What else is this? Oh, the ledgers and stuff, that makes sense. We haven't seen this place yet. What? Employee reviews? And they're all scattered all over the place as well. This is demented. This is absolutely insane.
Cut the music.
Please.
And look at that fern.
Sure? Like, the music wasn't bad, by the way. It wasn't bad at all. I think it was just like so funny because like I'm kind of like, you know, going back and forth on what I think like this what's happening here, because I really feel like, you know, there's part of me that believes that he is 100% messing with us, and because we went off his script, he's trying to like, you know, either drive us crazy by having no story, making us feel like what it's like to have no story. Trying to make us feel like it's a deep decision that we chose to not have any story and go in the opposite direction. And like, if there's no story, there's still a story. Like all this stuff too. I think like I would go more in the idea of like he's trying to like mess with us, and the idea of like, because we chose to like, you know, go off track so many times, and he's like, well, you know, this is what happens.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Are you sure? Do you even know what the story is anymore?
You study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. And again, this is why I think he's messing with us a little bit too. It's like this idea of like, you know, in games where like they'll emphasize something in a game, like in an RPG or something, will be like, yeah, the Gonzo crew. You don't want to mess with them. And then later on, the Gonzo crew comes back up. And this way, it's like, oh, the fern. Take a look at the fern. The fern's very important. Later on, it will come up. Wink, wink. So I wonder how this is going to come back up again in the story. But it's like almost pointing out directly the stuff that you're supposed to learn naturally in RPG. We're getting handheld with this line. We're getting told exactly what to focus on, and as you wouldn't really do in any story. You'd focus on stuff yourself. You'd find a natural way to look at that stuff. And it really feels like, you know, he's, even in the parts where we were lost, he was still kind of directing us in a way that we were going as well. It really feels like this is another type of like, loves watching us like kind of like follow this while watching us squirm a little bit.
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right?
Line?
The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Wait, where do we go then? We have to find the fern, I guess? Which way did we go last time? Oh, this is... So that's where we came from. Do we have to just follow the line again? I guess. I mean, I have no problem. What?
Oh, no.
Oh, we ended up in the spoiler room again.
How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
And he's talking to the light like it's an actual thing.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart again? And this time he's talking to the line like it's an actual person. Like, if he hasn't gone mad, then like it's either he's gone mad or he's messing with us completely. You know what I mean? That's all. That's the only two options in this stage as well.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
What a
intelligent
line.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story?
Sure.
Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
I love he's joined with Stanley as well. He's like, come on, Stanley, me and you, right? Against the line. As if he didn't put the line there in the freaking first place. You know?
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
This direction? Here? Okay, I guess I'll follow. At this point, this is one of the most interesting routes we've done so far because I can't put my finger on exactly what's happening,
this
but...
is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
He's made the line into the enemy now. The line is the enemy. And he's now, like, somehow turned this around to make it that we're, like, on the same team again and made the line the enemy.
Go wild. Use your imagination.
So funny.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
It's actually mad what he's done here. There has to be like a lot of like crazy stuff going on behind the scenes in this. I wouldn't mind checking it out, like if there's like a...
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Our awesome new story?
No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Wait, so if we go this way maybe? Or do we have to just like follow through it? Or walk through it? I genuinely think that, like, what's happening now is, like, there's a little aspect of him that has made the line seem so bad because we kept ending up in the monitor room that it's actually, like, you know, doubled over and now we're joining forces against the line. Which is not how I would see the world, but here we are. So just don't acknowledge it. The line wants to get involved. Mr. Line wants to help out. This is one of the most interesting routes so far, and that's saying a lot because I can't put my finger on everything, but I have like a few ideas. But it's really fun. Oh, wow.
A choice. We get to make a decision.
And of course, you
From
love
here,
decisions.
The story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact,
Sure.
I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
And again, it's still
Okay, so I know that each
him
door
controlling
has
us
to
in
lead
some way?
somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
I'll go with you.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Wait, what is that? Is that on our leaderboard as well? What the hell is that? Is that like all the different routes we took as well? Again, he's doing all this analysis on how to do these routes here as well. The confusion ending? You've been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes.
Hold up, what's this?
What?
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight
It's like a wiki
times?
walkthrough. One that like is find a
how
bookstore.
all this goes? It's all determined?
So even he's a little bit shocked by
So
this.
now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be.
The timer's still going up as well, by the way.
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game.
there's that
won't
feeling of him
do
not
it.
wanting to be
I
trapped
won't
again,
do it.
right?
I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us?
This is so interesting.
Will something happen?
The way he's talking to us genuinely feels like he wants to break this
okay.
loop again.
I guess now we just wait, you know.
Like,
I
and in the
suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
before he goes any further, and like maybe it is a situation as well where like once again, like in the other route, he wants the loop to break. He doesn't want the loop to continue because then that means he has to restart the whole story again, and find a new way to tell a story again. And like it's probably something that maybe pains him. It's probably something he just we've seen it before. Like it's Stanley gives him purpose, right? But also at the same time too, this loop means he has to restart all this thing of his effort to find that purpose through Stanley. I feel like, and now that he's found this leaderboard on the board, there could be a situation where he's like, so all of my decisions as well are predetermined, right? Like all of the things I'm doing as well are predetermined. And in a way, it could be like, again, him messing with us, him being like, oh, I'm predetermined too, Stanley, you know, all my stuff is predetermined too. But in a way, it's like this wiki choice that he's like making and like a walkthrough almost he sees here too. And him trying to break free of that could also be at the same time too, him realizing that he's in a loop once again and getting out of here. It could be it could be two of those things. It could be one or the other. I think, or it could be other things too, but that's the way I look at it.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What happened there? Was that a buzzer? Why was the buzzer there? Is this a new ending? A new route?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let's check if
Stanley
it says new
decided
game
to go to
content.
the
That's how we'll
meeting room.
check.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It is. It reset fully. Wow. I think it reset fully. We could check it down here as well, but like I think it 100% reset fully. If it says new game content, they wouldn't let us go into new game content during that route. So like I 100% think that it has become, it ended that route there as well in probably the most interesting way possible. Like it's someone coming for us, and there was a buzzer there as well. A buzzer signifies to me that someone was getting ready to maybe reset us, and someone almost like force reset us and get in a way too, because someone pressed the button, maybe force reset us, like both of us reset as well. to try and talk about like what, because I'm going to be ending the video here, by the way, guys, but to try and talk about what I think about this route, I think that this is it's hard to put my finger on this one, but I think it's one of the most intricate and detailed routes they've done so far, and one of the most like well done routes. And that's saying a lot with this game, because the routes we've done so far and the endings we've gone so far have been incredible and so fun to witness and so interesting and sometimes suffocating and sometimes brutal. And this time around, I think what we have here with this ending is that we have and this is just going to be my interpretation, of course, because again, I'm not fully sold even on my own interpretation, which is fine, I feel like, right? We're talking through it. I see it as the narrator was telling a story, and I think his whole life is fulfilled through Stanley. I believe him telling stories is his fulfillment comes from getting Stanley to see something beautiful. I think that's the crux of it. I think it's the same thing when he got us to go through that field. I think it's the same thing, like, you know, when he asked us to stay in that one place. I think it's when he got upset when we kept going back up the elevator. It's when he got upset when we got spoilers for the story itself. He gets upset when we ruin the story because he genuinely wants to show us a story where everything is beautiful, but he also wants the loop to like not go back. I think he wants the loop not to keep happening as well. And so whenever he got the first ending we got, which is when we got to the grassy field and we got free, I think he genuinely wanted the story just to continue from that point on, but a reset, and someone is resetting that story. Now, he has the power to reset the story, and I'm wondering if there is like some sort of like other entity in this world, maybe the thing that's talking to us at the start of the game that doesn't let him have full control of the situation. He has like minimal powers. It's kind of like though he's like an admin, whereas the other person is the full controller of the situation. And the way I look at it is like he was able to reset a bunch of times, but it seems like if you're going by the board, and if you want to believe what the board says, that we both kind of like found this together. And it would be a really cool idea that the narrator and Stanley both found this board together and are both shocked by it. And then once we found out the board and we decided we're not doing anything else, the timer stops. Okay, you're not doing any more of this route. And then a buzzer happens and we get reset. I think that could be someone else resetting the entire story. That's my thought. I think it could be someone else being like, no, you could have done this ending. It would have been a great ending. Look at all the steps you had to take. But since we didn't follow the yellow line and we tried to ignore the yellow line, you could say that that's why the story was reset again, because this person did not want us to reset the story. That's what I'm looking at right now. Because I think the whole thing with the narrators, like as I said, he wants to get fulfillment by showing Stanley a story. If Stanley goes against that, obviously he wants to like kind of reset that. But in the motion, I wonder as well, and this is like maybe a bullshit theory, I wonder if the person that's above the narrator as well also wants to create a story for the narrator where he gets to create stories. And both of them are both in this hamster wheel trapped. And we know that they're both, like, I think 100% they're both like trapped in this place where like they can't get off the wheel, right? But I wonder if there is someone else also creating a story for the narrator or something like that. Or maybe they have a world that for the narrator where they give the narrator, like I said, like an admin of this world, but they don't give them full control. And I wonder, you could say that the narrator put the yellow line down there, but also if it's a part of the actual route itself, and we want to say it's someone else controlling this too, the person put down the yellow line to be like, you know, you have to follow this. And it could be like this very meta version of like, you know, the narrator is getting upset because he can't find his story, which in turn is making Stanley frustrated because he has nowhere to like actually like, he can't actually like even go against the route anymore. Well, he can, but like, you know what I mean? He can't follow the yellow line or whatever. So they put the yellow line down there and that like, you know, helps them advance the story. And then the narrator went against this. So I wonder if this is one of the few routes. Again, I'm not saying this is true, that the narrator went against his story and we went on with the narrator helping him going against his story this time, where he kind of in a way rebelled against the person that's above him, possibly. Because we heard that buzzer. We heard that reset mid-narrator conversation. Now, the thing is with this game, there's also a possibility on the other side of things that it's not that, and the narrator actually is messing with us. I feel you can explain that with a lot of stuff in this game. The narrator set this whole thing up so it was like, it made it feel like he's on our side and we're on the same team. And once again, trying to make Stanley feel like, you know, he's squirming. Because we do know this. I want to make it clear, the narrator does like gets fulfillment also with watching us. Like if we don't go along with his story, he loves watching us squirm. He loves punishing us. This is true. But I wonder in this route, just in this specific route, is it also the same thing where he's like, this is watching us squirm again, where we're like roaming around the place. We don't know what to do. We can't find a way out. He's in full control of us in a way because he's still closing doors. He's still making us walk down a certain way. So there is still that control there. So there could be that too, where he's still messing with us and wants us to feel like we're on the same page and we're both getting duped with the stuff and we're both trying to get off the wheel, right? You could look at it that way too. But But I think it's like just like depending on what your perspective is. And I can't wait to hear you guys' perspective on this route too, because I think it's such an interesting look at this too. And if you look at it from like the perspective of the narrators also being controlled, obviously like that would add credence to the idea of like that there's another narrator in this game. There's multiple narrators, possibly there's probably someone above everything as well. In the way that like when the narrator and Stanley left, it was just me and the other narrator, right? So there is other entities in this game. There's other people in this game. We are in this game in a way too. So there is that. And we heard that buzzer. We've seen in the first route we did as well. I think it also is a great companion piece to this route too, because he was so upset that we wouldn't stay in one place and we would rather jump off this thing than be around him. That's what was upsetting him the most. It's like, because he's punished us before with stuff. And again, you could say he's messing with us again, 100%. He's punished us before, 100%. But I think this time around it was like a lot more serious, because he might have given us the option to jump off the thing, but he was hoping that we would choose the pretty place so he could be like, look, I feel fulfilled. We stay in this one place. We'll never loop back. Just stay in this one place. Look at this beautiful place. But we chose to jump off instead. Right? And that upset him. That made him so sad. Because I wonder if we stayed in that place for long enough, would the buzzer happen again? Would something like that happen again when we reset again? I think all those things are possibilities. All those things could be possibilities. But I'm not sure exactly which is the proper possibility, I suppose is what I'd say. But it is such like two interesting routes. I think the second route is one of the most like, brain-tickling routes ever. Because if you look at the stuff when he was like trying to explain what a story is, being very philosophical about stuff, being very like playing the adventure music. I think that is like showcasing that he could be messing with us as well, right? 100%, because he played this adventure music and even like was like, Stanley, follow the yellow line, and Stanley, do you know what the story is? It still has that like element of like where he likes messing with us. But it could be the other thing as well. There's someone else controlling the narrator as well. And the narrator is like only an admin, whereas everything else is kind of, which I think, we kind of realize that the narrator is in the full control of this place because there's other entities in this game, as you said. I'm going to go around in a circle talking about this because it's so interesting to me, but I find it so interesting, this route. This first route was so interesting as well. The second route is like mind-blowingly interesting as well. I wonder what you guys think about this. I wonder what your thought process is on this. Because I'm like up in the air in a lot of places. I have like, some theories about it and like some ideas about it, but I don't really like have a full idea of what could be happening. Again, it's all open to interpretation. I think anyone who tries to tell me like, what the story is definitely, like, I think that's probably not exactly right, because everyone says it's up to interpretation, and it's more fun to have it to be open to interpretation as well. I said the same thing with Shadow of the Colossus when like people used to try and tell me what the story of Shadow of the Colossus was for definite. It's like the creator doesn't want that either. He wants us all to debate about this forever, But yeah, it is like so interesting in that way too. I guess to close out all these conversations, I think that this is just more weight to the idea that we're both, me and the narrator, are hamsters on a wheel. It's just that the narrator has maybe a fancier wheel than we do, but he's still also going through the dread of trying to control someone to get them on the right path in the story. Whereas we have like this, his fulfillment is making sure we finish the story, and our fulfillment is making sure that we kind of like go against the story to find that fulfillment. And I feel like that's where we're both at. And that's why we truly probably can never get off that wheel, because we're both at odds with each other constantly. We're both against each other, even though, like, again, probably working together in some way would get us both free from this, but we're not doing that. The only way to truly get free is like to break out of it. And that's the way I look at this right now. Maybe you guys have different ideas. I could talk for hours about this and just go around in circles and like probably get to like a better solution in my head. But that's the way kind of like I feel like I look at things sometimes, is like you just keep talking about it and talking about it and you get to like a better solution sometimes. But I find this so interesting what they've done with that whole route there. Because it did feel like it was like a holding our hand. It did feel like it was like, trying to like make fun of us. But I also did like get this feeling of frustration for the narrator too, that we were spoiled the game, that we went the wrong way. And I wonder if someone's messing with him as well. Okay, I'm going to end this video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting the series. This has been amazing so far. We're not done. The next episode of this will be on Friday. And I'll see you guys for that then as well. Thank you so much to my patrons at the highest tier of YouTube and on YouTube and Patreon, my highest members and highest patrons at €15. Thank you to Tyvar2, Jamie Bull, Janet the Banana, The Ghost Inazuma, Felicius Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusa, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasparian, Jerebianon, and the highest tier of my YouTube, Wargame7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.